Gentlemen, I have returned. I had a trip I had to go on, a work trip. Nothing fun. Uh, had to drive from Ohio to Illinois, as the boss man says. I think he's fucking with me, but I don't know. That was noisy. So, yeah, you didn't get videos because I wasn't home. I'm working on getting a laptop so that even if I'm not home, I can make a video. I hate doing them on the phone. It just doesn't come out to my preferred outcome. I'm working on getting some microphones to plug into the phone, so maybe that'll be something in the future. But it's I don't know. It's not where I want it to be yet. So I'm not going to give you something sub quality or something that I think is sub quality or very very shitty. I'm not doing it. Anyway, so we got a couple stories from over the past few days. We got the shooting of the U-Haul van. We're going to talk about that one. There's no more SNAP benefits on the first. Those are on hold with the strike, I believe. I don't think they're done forever. I think they're just on hold for the strike. We'll find out. And then with that, we have a bunch of how do I put this politely? A bunch of rather large ladies saying that they will be stealing groceries because a couple of days without food is too much to ask for them, judging by their appearance. And then we're going to talk about how, while shit continues to get more violent and people are threatening to be violent, California banned Glocks. So, yeah, fun stuff. Without further ado, let's get into it. But before we do, so I guess without further ado didn't really make sense to say there because there is one more ado. There's one more ado. But before we get into it, it's a daily show, Sunday night through Thursday night, Monday through Friday. It's here on Rumble. It's over on YouTube. It's on. It's posted to X. It's not on X because I don't know how to live stream there, and the show is too long to actually put up the whole show on X. So the links get posted on X. It's all under sgarrettmedia. We got an Instagram that I never use. I don't know how to Instagram. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what an Instagram is. I was never a big Instagram person, and I still am not a big Instagram person. I'll figure it out one day. Maybe I can do like shorts on Instagram. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm making it up as I go. Anyway, let's get into it. So our first story from CBS News. Officers shoot at truck outside Coast Guard base during protest in San Francisco Bay Area immigration crackdown. Is that what actually happened, though? I don't know. Let's watch. Here we have the video. No audio? No audio on this one, huh? Okay, I'm having an issue here with on my end. Let's watch that again. So we see the U-Haul truck off to the left. We see the cops taking what looks like defensive stances. And the truck starts backing up towards them, and they start firing at said truck, which then speeds off. That red car just noped all the way out of that one. Where am I at? Oh, there I am. I don't know why my camera was disabled for a minute there. Yeah, so that car just nopes the fuck out of there, which, good on them for paying attention. Uh-oh. Got no right ear for some reason. No audio in there. That's rad. So anyway, yeah, red car just nopes the fuck out, as they should. Nope the fuck out if you see a situation like that unfolding. I hate autoplay. Wait, is it playing on this one now? Oh my god, I hate technology. Nope. Cool, my stuff's not working. It means I probably have to buy new shit. I hate doing that. So red car nopes the fuck out as the U-Haul starts speeding away after the U-Haul starts backing towards the cops who are defending a military checkpoint, as it clearly says in the sign. Now, put me in that situation, and what am I going to do? I'm going to do exactly what those cops did. There is something known as a VBED, Vehicle-Borne IED, Improvised Explosive Device. VBED. VBED attacks were common during the Global War on Terror, where they would take a car or a SUV or a van, and they would pack it full of explosives, and they would drive at things like checkpoints, or they would drive at convoys, and they would clack off the explosives, and they would kill everybody involved. The driver of the vehicle would obviously be killed. A lot of times they would actually weld the driver into the car. They would weld a brace around him so that he couldn't get out. Fucked up shit. Really, not great. So these cops responded with absolutely 100% appropriate force. Even assuming it's not a VBED, it could have just been a giant battering ram. I mean, this very well could have been full of people with machine guns. It could have been full of fucking a chemical agent. It could have been full of anything. Put your mind to it. It could have had anything in it. Explosives, chemicals, assault force, whatever. You pick it. It could have been in that truck. Responding by firing on this vehicle is 100% a reasonable and an appropriate use of force. And it's something you should expect if you're going to do something like this. If you're going to play stupid games, you're going to win stupid prizes. At some point, you're going to get fucking shot if you want to do something that stupid. And I do believe the driver of the vehicle was shot. So, I don't know what to tell you. It's just stupidity. It's stupidity at its finest. Here's the thing, right? You're not protesting when you're driving 8,000 pounds towards a group of police officers. I think these are actually Coast Guard, Coast Guard's version of a police officer. I'm not entirely sure, Coast Guard's on-base police or whatever. I'm not sure, but I digress. And a lot of people will be like, well, it's a U-Haul truck. They should know better. Timothy McVeigh, the Oklahoma City bomber, he blew up a Ryder truck, I think. It might have been a Penske truck. It was a rental truck. It was a rental company. I mean, I'm sure you've seen a million trucks that say Ryder or Penske on the side of them. That's the kind of truck Timothy McVeigh blew up. It wasn't a U-Haul, but it was still a rental truck nonetheless. It's not an uncommon thing. I mean, there's really only one real holy shit that happened kind of example, but I'm not gonna blow up my own fucking car, right? If I get away with it, it's gonna be kind of hard to explain why my car's blown up, And if it's my car that's blown up, I'm suspect number one. So yeah, I'm gonna rent a car because it's not able to be traced back to me very easily. Now I'm sure that they've found this person by now because man held for mental health evaluation after being hit in stomach by defensive line of fire from U.S. Coast Guard security forces while driving a U-Haul truck in reverse towards them at Coast Guard Island. Yeah, so it looks like they shot him in the stomach. As they should have. If you're going to play stupid games like this, you're going to win stupid prizes. This is not something to joke around with. It's serious. These guys have seen DHS and ICE get attacked left and right. You really think they're going to take the risk? Like I said, that thing could have been full of chemicals. It could have had two guys in the back, one dude ready to throw him to the door, and one dude ready to kick him with a bucket of chemical, like a big 55-gallon drum of chemicals. Like, you don't know what's in that truck. There could have been three dudes with machine guns just ready to fucking smash into those cars, jump out, and murder everybody. Like, there is no way I would let that fly. No way at all. I would have 100% fired on them. 100%. Let's talk about another story that's going to get interesting. This one's going to get fun. From the AP. Oh, hold on. Maybe not. There we go. I am out of it. I 2 days off was too much, apparently. Trump administration posts a notice that no federal food aid will go out November 1st. Oopies! That was a bad move. Because look at all the ghetto queens are super happy. All the ghetto queens are loving it. All the welfare queens are stoked. Listen,
I just got that text that the link is definitely cut the fuck off for November. Y'all better stay the fuck out of my way in these stores. I'm walking out with carts and I'm not paying for shit. Trump, if you want motherfuckers start looting, it's gonna happen. Before my kids go broke in this bitch like Jock, I'm gonna be stealing like it ain't no tomorrow. I am going to go in that store, get everything I get regularly. I'm going to bag my shit up, swipe my link card. As soon as that bitch say, ain't no pending balance on there, I'm going to walk the fuck out. And I'm going to have one of my cousins with me that'll punch your ass so hard, you going to think a Jet 2 holiday hit your bitch ass if you think I ain't finna walk out that stuff. And
I don't know what a Jet 2 holiday is, but she has too many chins. Show you another
Trump
example.
think he doing something by not giving food stamps next month, like bitches don't have purses and bags. Bitch, we're gonna eat, and we're gonna eat good.
Bitch, you been eating good. Fuck you mean? Eat a little less, honey.
Your dime, ho. Yeah, on the big corporation dime. Cause what? Food stamp ain't stopping no motherfucking show. You wait and see how hungry people get and see what the fuck happen. Bitch, let me tell you something. Them junkies that be on Baltimore, on North Avenue is going to have a field motherfucking day. They going to make their money on. Okay? You ain't stopping shit. Okay? Because as long as I got a purse, a car, bitch, some car keys, my baby's just going to eat if I have to. I'm going to do what I got to do. Catch me if you can.
You got a fat fucking face. Also, it's not going to be hard to catch you. Just use your TikTok account, you fucking idiot.
groceries, go ahead and take them. You gotta take those groceries, go ahead and take them. If you gotta walk smooth out the door, just take them. I don't care. I
the number of
you.
chins
I support
on
that
these women
message,
is
and
more
I'm
than
about my
one.
business. That's what I'm gonna do. If I see somebody walking out with a cart full of groceries that I know is unpaid, like, I'm minding my business, because so what? So what? They're taking away food from y'all. And I see a lot of people making videos and in the comments saying, well, you know, that's not the solution. What is the solution then? Because it's either take that or let your kids starve. Like,
get a job? Is get a job an option? Why are all these women fat, is my question.
That barely even support my basic needs now. Like, inflation is high and the bitch groceries is high as shit. I'm pissed the fuck off. Like, I'm mad as shit, because how the fuck am I supposed to survive off that shit? So when y'all see me in the motherfucking store stealing stuff and that shit in my motherfucking bed, nicely act like you don't see shit in my motherfucking
Also,
bed.
driving a motor vehicle while operating a
motherfucking
cell phone is
and I'm
illegal in
walking out
almost
this
every state
motherfucking
now,
store with my
so...
motherfucking chest up and my head held high, and I dare you to try to tell me, hey ma'am, excuse me, because I'm gonna look at you like you fucking retarded if they go talk to Trump about that shit. On my kid.
I think that's the last one I found that had any interest. Yeah, that's the last one I had any interest in. So, why are they all fat black chicks? Why are they all fat black chicks going off like the welfare queens that they are? Like, I'm sorry, I hate to be rude, but like, if you're gonna be a degenerate, I'm gonna call you a degenerate. You want to be a fucking fat welfare queen, I'm gonna call you a fat welfare queen. You're mad because your food stamps got cut off, sweetheart. You're so fucking fat. This goes to all of them, every one of them. You're so fucking fat, you could probably not eat for the whole month, and you'll be alright. I'm gonna be honest with you. Most people can go about 3 weeks without food, give or take a little bit, because everyone's a different weight. I mean, everyone's got a different body fat percentage. You're not going to be doing good after 3 weeks without food, but most people overeat in the U.S., myself included. There's no reason I should be 200 pounds. I should be floating like 180. I am too heavy, but I am down. I think I'm down to like 208 or something like that, or 210 or something like that from almost 230. So I am down 20 pounds. I am proud of myself. Well, not quite 20 pounds. I don't know. It's like 15, 17, 18. I don't fucking know. Down. I'm losing weight is my point. I am bringing the weight down. And this is from about 4 months ago-ish. So no, not a ton, but I mean, I am also not like working out crazy hard trying to burn this weight by a certain point. I'm just like, I need to get down. I need to bring that number down. It's not hard to do that. It's also not hard to be a fat fuck, and it's also not hard to have a job. All these women have two things in common. They're all fat, and they're all on welfare. The question becomes, is the welfare system incentivizing people to be fat? Yeah, that's why you can buy fucking cheese puffs and Mountain Dew on welfare, because it's incentivizing you to be a fat fuck. The goal is to get you to be a fat fuck. They want you to be a fat fuck. Why? Because fat people don't argue with you. Fat people don't fight with you. Fat people just go, meh. Because they're fat. Fat people have no energy to do anything. Fat people don't do revolutions. Fat people. Well, do you remember when they said being in shape was a white supremacist dog whistle or something like that? Yeah, being fit is racism. That's why the very next thing I'm going to show you is a fit black man. Yes, he's clearly racist. He clearly hates black people. He looks at himself in the mirror every day and goes, God damn this chocolate fucking skin. I guarantee it. Yeah, it has nothing to do with the fact that the dude just wanted to be in shape so that he could live his best life. Definitely not that, because that is racism and that is white supremacy. Don't be in shape. Be a fat welfare queen, because then you have to listen to me. Because if you're on welfare, you have to do what I say if you want to get welfare. If you're on welfare, you don't eat unless you listen to me. If you have a job, you can eat whenever, whatever. Huh. Maybe I should incentivize you to be fat so you'll listen to me, so you'll do what I have to say. Because I don't want you to make your own choices. I don't want you to have your own opinions. Remember when, was it Cuomo that taxed people extra on large drinks? Like if you went to 7-Eleven and you got a large Slurpee, there would be an extra tax on that. Because, and I believe his direct quote is, people aren't smart enough to make good decisions. They tell you exactly what they think about you and why they do the things they do, time and time again. And you know who listens? Nobody. No one ever listens. They tell you exactly who they are over and over and over again, and no one ever listens. They tell you they want you to be fat. They tell you they think you're too stupid to make your own decisions. They tell you you're not smart enough, so I'm gonna put you on food stamps so that I can tell you what to eat, because you're not smart enough to make your own decisions. They do it over and over and over again. And then they sit there and tell you Trump's oppressing you. Donald Trump, who is giving you more freedom, is oppressing you. He's making you the worst version of yourself. Not me, who has incentivized you to sit on your ass, fucking divorce the man that would provide for you, and then fucking give you free food, essentially, free food, and encourage you to buy fucking Twinkies and Ho-Hos with that free food, so that you go from looking like a human being to looking like the bitch and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory that turned into a blueberry. I definitely don't want you to be healthy for my own good, I want you to be a fucking water buffalo on two legs. Yes, that is 100% the answer. I've taken men out of your society. I've taken men that would provide for you, that would keep you on track, that would... I'm going to get really sexist for a minute. Just for a minute. Ladies, I love you. Don't get pissed off when I say this, because it's true, and women get pissed off when things are true. Women do not want a man that doesn't know what he wants. Women want a man that will make decisions and guide them. They don't want to be told what to do, because nobody does, but they want a man that will make decisions and guide them on a path. My wife, when we first got together, we used to butt heads left and right, because my wife, she was a strong, independent woman, and she was a feminist, and she was she was never a feminist. I'm obviously being a little facetious here. But she was a strong, independent woman, and you're not going to tell me what to do because that's controlling and blah, blah, blah. She bought the Kool-Aid. She fucking bought the lie 100%. She had drunk the Kool-Aid. She didn't even know that it had happened. Now, mind you, my wife comes from New York, a very liberal place. I wasn't surprised that this was happening. Over time, my wife has told me, I'm glad you make decisions for me. I've told my wife, drive this vehicle, not that vehicle. Why? Because I said so. Here's a reason. And she says, okay. And then she does what I say, and hey, I'm glad you told me to do that. More than once. We were just talking the other day, I forget what we were talking about, and she said, hey, I'm glad you told me to do that a year ago, whatever it was, I don't remember. But she was like, I'm glad you told me to do that instead of this, because the outcome has made me happier. I'm like, yeah, I know, I'm awesome. Like, what do you want me to say? Bear that in mind, because most women, they'll say no, but they'll agree that they want a man to lead. If we look at specifically the black community, mostly poor communities, it's not just the black community, but an overabundance of the black community is poor. I'm not trying to be racist, I'm just being honest here. A lot of the poor communities are mostly black, and that's by design because the Democrats never wanted to give up their slaves. So they just found another way to do it. Think I'm lying? Look it up. They have told you, black people specifically, you are a victim. It's the white man's fault you're in this position. It's the Republicans' fault you're in this position. Then when you have a man that says, we're going to get out of this, I'm going to raise my kids right, I'm going to work hard, I'm going to bust my ass, and I'm going to make sure that my family gets out of this. They say, no, he's controlling. Leave him. And I being the government, I will provide for you and your children. I will make sure you don't have to work. I will make sure you have food. I will make sure you have money. I will make sure you have a place to live through Section 8. I will make sure through cash assistance, Section 8, and food stamps, you have somewhere to live. Vote for me, because the Republican's going to take it away. The Republican's going to say, no, you have to earn your keep. I'm going to take care of you because that bad man, that bad, controlling monster of a man that you lived with, that bad controlling monster was taking advantage of you. He was taking away your anonymity. He was taking away your personhood. He was doing the same thing that Massa did 200 years ago. He was Massa. He was bad. Now, do what I say. Vote for me. Vote for me. I'm a good person. Oh, by the way, you can eat shitty food all you want. Oh, by the way, people that work out, they're racist. They hate you. Oh, by the way, Trump, he's a fascist. He hates you. Oh, by the way, you get the point. You see how this happens? Now we're at the point where the government's shut down and Trump says, the government's shut down, I can't give you food stamps. I don't know what to tell you. And they say, I'm going to steal. I am going to steal from you because you have generations of children raised without parents, without fathers specifically, and fathers are necessary to raise young, law-abiding children. I believe it is a child that grows up without a father has like a 40-something% chance of ending up in prison or dead before they turn 18. I could be wrong on that. Don't quote me, but long story short, no dad, no good, right? And that's not saying that everyone that grows up without a father is going to be a scumbag. There's just a higher probability that if you grow up in a single parent household, specifically without a father, you are more likely to be involved in gangs, drugs, crime, something that will land you in jail or dead. Now we're at the point where we've got people that have grown up with no fathers, so they're okay with crime. They don't worry too much about crime. And now they're saying, oh, you're not going to feed me? I'll feed myself. But instead of saying, I'm going to feed myself by getting a good job and I'm going to provide for me and mine, they say, I'm going to go to Target and I'm going to steal all the fucking cheese doodles that I normally buy on the government's dime, and I'm going to make sure that I get every damn last bag of cheese doodles. Makes absolutely no sense when you think about it, because they don't think about it. That's something with Democrats, is Democrats see this far ahead when you need to see this far ahead. If you've ever driven an old car, right? Like something really old, like my Jeep is a 1990. And when I'm on a dark road at night and I have just my headlights on, it's like I can see like a car length ahead of me. I turn on my light bar and I can see like 15 car lengths ahead of me. That's the difference between Democrats and Republicans when they look at how things affect society in long term. Democrats are just the headlights, where you can see a car length ahead of you. A car length ahead of you means, oh shit, I don't have food stamps this month. 15 car lengths away is, I don't have food stamps, so I got a job. That job pays me more than food stamps, cash assistance, and any other welfare combined. Now I'm buying a house. Now I'm buying a car. But no, I don't have food stamps. How am I going to sit on my fat ass and be 400 pounds and tell you owe me? You owe me because you mean evil white people enslaved my ancestors, even though statistically almost nobody owned slaves. And statistically, there are more slaves today than there ever were in America. And statistically, America, fucking in the span of a country, banned slaves basically on the third day. I mean, America's been a country for 250 years, and we banned slaves within 100 years. That's like fucking... I explained it to my wife, like, that's the time... If America existed for a day, all of American history has existed for a day, that's like the time it takes you to fucking, like, your alarm goes off and you hit snooze. That's how quick we fucking ban slavery. We are, like the whole, oh, well, I deserve this because slavery makes no sense. No, you don't deserve shit, because shut the fuck up. You're stupid. You deserve to go get a job and work your ass off like the rest of us do, and stop falling for the bullshit lies that the Democratic Party gives you. But it's so much easier to be a victim. So I guess continue to be a victim. And as things get more violent, and as things get worse, and as these people are going to fucking steal your food, as they've said, California's taking away your right to own a Glock specifically. Let's listen to Mr. Coleon Noir. Noir means black, by the way. So for all of you who are going to sit there and be like, he's racist because he said black people. Yeah, shut the fuck up. Now, let's listen to Mr. Coleon Noir. He's a black man.
California's finally done it. They found a way to make the most reliable, most popular handgun in the state, the Glock, illegal. And the excuse? Because criminals are breaking the law.
Breaking the law?
You can't make this shit up. Only in California could a government look at criminals converting guns illegally, then decide the solution is to punish the law-abiding people who aren't doing the shit illegally.
It's your fault.
So here's what's happening. California already has what they call a handgun safety roster. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically a blacklist disguised as a whitelist. Gun companies have to jump through absurd, arbitrary hoops just to have their pistols sold in the state. Things like loaded chamber indicators, magazine disconnects, and until recently, micro-stamping. Most companies look at the cost of redesigning guns to fit California's fantasy standards and say,
Nope.
yeah, no thank you. That's why the roster is pretty small. But one brand that survived all of this nonsense was Glock. For years, Californians who wanted a reliable pistol for home defense, concealed carry, or just exercising their damn rights, bought Glocks because that's what was left on the shelf.
Now, mind you, this is a fit black man, so he's a white supremacist. Also, he's pro-gun, so he's a neo-Nazi.
Well, not so much anymore, at least if Governor Newsom signs this bill. You see, according to the bill, which is now sitting on Governor Newsom's desk, handguns that can be readily converted to fire automatically by the installation of illegal machine gun conversion devices, sometimes referred to as Glock switches, are deemed unsafe handguns and shall not be added to the roster. Translation, they're banning Glocks without saying the word Glock. So let me get this straight. Because some kids on Instagram figured out how to illegally slap a switch on a Glock, California wants to ban Glock itself. That's like banning Honda Civics because street racers figured out how to turbocharge them.
What do you mean?
It's hilarious because that's not a Honda Civic. That's a fucking Mitsubishi Lancer. That's hilarious. Oh my God. Coleon, do better, bro. I thought you were a car guy. What is this? Fire your editor, homie.
Or banning iPhones because hackers jailbreak them. And here's the kicker. Those switches are already illegal under federal law. 10 years in prison, $250,000 fine, illegal. But you don't fix that problem by banning a gun. You fix the problem by enforcing the laws already on the books. But enforcing laws doesn't get you headlines. Banning the most popular handgun in America, though? Now that gets you on CNN. Now, the experts out there are saying that even if Glock redesigned their pistols tomorrow, it would be nothing more than, quote, a temporary impediment. You know why? Because there's always another workaround. It's cat and mouse. Just like hacking a phone or tuning a car, criminals will keep breaking the law. That's what they do. But instead of targeting criminals,
you know, I'm wondering, we talked about the story about Glock changing their design a few weeks ago, a few days ago maybe, I don't remember. I wonder if these two stories are connected. I wonder if this story broke before that one. How old is this video? Oh yeah, this is a month ago. Yeah, so this came before the
criminals,
Glock
California
redesign.
targets you. And don't get it twisted, this isn't about safety. Clearly it's about control, as it always is. The roster was already a constitutional dumpster fire to begin with. Now they're adding a clause that lets them knock off any gun they don't like by just claiming it can be readily converted. Well, guess what? With the right tools, any gun can be modified. That's why we have laws against doing it. But apparently that logic is too complicated for them. And here's the part the media never tells you. You see, this roster is already under fire in the courts. In Bolin v. Bonta, the California Rifle and Pistol Association and NRA challenged the so-called Unsafe Handgun Act. A district court already granted a preliminary injunction against parts of the roster, specifically the micro-stamping requirement, because even the judges could see it was ridiculous. But the Ninth Circuit swooped in and kept the rest of it alive. So this thing is literally limping along on legal life support. And instead of backing off, California's doubling down by trying to add Glock bans on top of it. So here's where we're at. California went from restricting most handguns to leaving you with mostly Glocks to now saying you can't even have those. Meanwhile, criminals are running around with whatever they want, including full autos, and laughing at the state's idiotic roster. Clearly, this isn't about safety. This isn't common sense. This is a blatant backdoor gun ban. And if you think it stops at California, you're not paying close enough attention. And this right here is why I created the Defend America collection that you see on my hat right here. That's on my shop at shop.mrcoleonoor.com, where there's a link in the description section. Because if you don't fight to defend your right, you will lose them. One excuse, one restriction, one roster at a time. First, California said, oh, you can have these guns as long as they meet our safety standards. Then they moved the goalposts. Now they're banning the most popular handgun on that roster. That's how it always works. They never solve the real issue. They just chip away at your rights until they're gone. So if you want to show where you stand, if you want to remind people that America is worth defending, go check out the Defend America collection. We have them in hats, t-shirts, we have them in drinkware, we got them in everything.
Over and over again, we see the California government basically say, you see that barrel right there? Stand in front of that barrel for me. All right, now try to touch your toes. And then before you know it, the state of California has you bent over that barrel and they're clapping your cheeks. Time and time again, California does this. So, to make this relatively simple, this is a Glock 19. It's a fake one, YouTube. It's clear. There's no, it's clear, but it's fake. So that's not real, YouTube. That didn't happen. Make life simple to explain this. To be able to convert this to a machine gun, there's a piece that replaces this and this back strap here. That's what retains your firing pin. There's a way to take that apart. I'm not going to tell you how to do it, but it's pretty self-explanatory. Don't do it. It's illegal. Don't. Also, fully automatic pistols are very stupid, in my opinion. Most people aren't good enough shooters to manage the recoil on a semi-automatic. Now speed that way the fuck up. Most people are terrible shooters when it comes to shooting a pistol. I'm not saying don't own a pistol. I'm just saying be good at owning a pistol. And that's advice that I need to take because I'm not good with a pistol because I don't train enough. Anyway, I digress. Full auto pistols, in my opinion, very dumb. Very fucking dumb. So anyway, you can replace this back strap with a piece that essentially makes it full auto. So you depress the trigger and the gun will cycle and fire the next round and cycle and fire the next round. Pretty simple, right? Yeah. But it's not just Glocks. This is a 1911. It's a replica of a 1911. It's not a Colt. I'm not cool like that. So the cool thing about the 1911 is it's hammer fired. Again, this one's fake, YouTube. It doesn't exist. It's not real. And it's clear for all the autists. So you drop the hammer, pull the trigger, and the hammer falls. The slide cycles, and the hammer locks back. It's through a sear disconnect. If you disable that sear disconnect, this hammer will continue to spring forward. I'm not going to tell you how to do that because I don't know how to do it because it's not something I would do, so I've never looked into it. However, a 1911 can be easily converted into a machine gun if they want to play the legalese. Now, most people aren't going to convert a 1911 to a machine gun because it only holds 8 rounds of 45. It's not really reasonable. However, Colt did actually offer a prototype to the U.S. government as it had a selector. It was a flip lever. It would be semi-automatic, and then you would flip it out to full automatic, and it would bypass that sear disconnect, and it would make this a full auto firearm. Again, I think full auto is very dumb. That adds the 1911 to this list if they wanted to get technical. I don't think the 1911 qualifies for the list because of some of the other things. And I just want to say, I painted this, and man, does it look good or what? Like, it used to be chrome, and I hate chrome guns, and like, yeah, she came out good. You can see where some of the paint's rubbing off, though. I need to, like, sand it down and repaint it. The paint is not sticking well with the chrome. I digress. Let's jump over here for a second. This is the spooky, scary AR-15. Aren't you spooked? Are you spooked yet? Are you scared yet? Look at how spooky and scary it is. I haven't touched this rifle in like 2 weeks. How many people do you think this rifle has murdered in the past 2 weeks? These rifles, guess what? They can be easily converted into a machine gun. It's not hard. It's not hard to make anything machine gun. You modify in here, and being vague on purpose, but you modify this region, and you can make this a machine gun. Now this operates much like the 1911 and the Glock, where you pulled the trigger. You pulled the trigger one time, and oh god, it's stuck again. I probably can't take that off on YouTube anyways. Probably take the video down for that. Anyway, it operates much like the 1911, where you pull the trigger one time and the hammer falls one time, and Jesus Christ. What's going on here? must have got some paint or something. Oh, yeah, I got paint on the takedown pin. Don't get paint on your takedown pins. Anyway, so here's your hammer. You pull the trigger, and your hammer falls forward. Your hammer falls forward. Your bolt cycles, resets it. It's not hard to convert this to a machine gun. Again, I'm not going to tell you how because that's illegal. But it's not hard if you catch my drift. Any weapon, my point, any weapon can be converted to a machine gun fairly easily, and in most cases, you don't even have to buy stuff to do it. In a lot of cases, you can just get in there with a Dremel and modify shit. Again, I'm not telling you what shit to modify. I'm not telling you how to modify it. These are all fake airsoft guns. None of these exist. They're not real. None of these are actual weapons. Because I wouldn't have real guns in my house. Those are terrifying. I would definitely not do that. I mean, it's just what kind of fascist just lets a fucking AR-15 live in their house? I mean, do you know how many people these things kill? I mean, look at this. It is designed for death. Man, God, what a sociopath would live with something like this. And look, it's even got a flashlight on it for death at night. As if just murdering people on the random wasn't good enough for this fucking killing machine. It's got a flashlight so that it can just go on murder sprees in the dark. Ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. Who would own something like this? I'll tell you who. A fucking Nazi. That's who. Definitely not like 2/3 of America. Definitely not that. It would only be somebody who hates the Jews. Because that makes sense. Anyway, I digress. This list that California is compiling, or has compiled, whichever it is, it makes everything illegal because that's the point. The point is never to keep you safe because this is as safe as you can get. This is one of the safest rooms in my house. Like, the way I have my office set up is one of the safest rooms in my house. And when I'm in my office, I always have my Glock either right next to my mouse or up on my computer or right in between my monitors. Like, I've always got a firearm within reach. And then I got the cut couch now. So that's pretty rad. I got a couch. I got a couch in my office. I'm moving up. There's no guns like immediately accessible at the couch right now, but usually my rifle hangs out by the corner of the couch. So if I'm just hanging out in here, I've got something within reach almost anywhere someone would be. Like it's a really well defended room, except for the 1911. That's basically just a decoration at this point because 45 ammo. Holy fuck, that got expensive. I used to be able to shoot that thing for nothing. Now it's just through the roof. Just through the roof. And I can see the hole and know it wasn't a negligent discharge. Just the price of ammo went up that high. Anyway, I digress. The point of gun control, always, not sometimes, not this time, not maybe next time, every single time, the point of gun control has been to take guns from you. Actually, the original point of gun control, and this might be a myth, but from my understanding, I believe this to be fact. When black men first got the right to vote, they went to the polling stations because they wanted to exercise their new right. Racists drove them off. Black men, along with getting the right to vote, also got a different right, a right that also applied to women. Any guesses? That's right, the Second Amendment. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Now applied to black people. Because they're people now. I don't know if you knew that. Sorry, Grandpa, if you're watching. They're people now. That's a joke. Both my grandfathers are dead. Calm down. My grandfathers weren't racists. Well, I know for a fact one of them was not. The other one, I don't know. I didn't know him very well, so maybe it's possible. I digress. They're people now. Sorry if that offends you. I'm sorry if you're just learning this. The Second Amendment applied not just to the men, it applied to the women. So the women, the black women, took their husbands' rifles and pistols and shotguns, whatever they had. They went with their husbands when their husbands went to vote. And they basically told the racists, come and get it. It's free 99, motherfucker. We've got a right to be here. We're going to be here. You want to start some shit? We can start some shit. Because back in the day, black women were strong, independent, and empowered. They were not the lunatics that we watch today crying because their food stamps are getting cut because the government won't give them no more. They were strong, empowered women, and it was a beautiful thing. And then the government, like they always do, came and fucked that up. I'm mad at the government for destroying what black women had to be proud of. Their ancestry, their history. No, they don't tell these young black women, your great-grandmother, she stood with a rifle in her arms while your great-grandfather voted. No, they say, your great-great-grandmother was owned by a white man. Doesn't that piss you off? Why would I tell you that the grandmother after that, your great-grandmother, stood there with a rifle while your grandfather voted, and then the racists, the Democrats, got pissed off because the blacks were voting and said, now we're going to start taking guns from people. Why would I tell you that? That's not convenient to the story. That's not conducive to my story. I want you to depend on me, not be mad at me. So look at the white man that owned you, but don't look at how he voted. Are you insane? Look at the white man over there that owned your great-great-grandma. Just don't look at his voting records because it's probably not going to be good. Give you a hint. It starts with D. A lot. Over and over and over again. It's going to start with a D. I'm going to start with an R very many times. I'm not saying that no Republicans own slaves, but a majority of slave owners and or sympathizers were Democrats. Long story short, Massa didn't want to give up control, and Massa still got it because he has convinced generations to act like absolute fools over stupid shit because he didn't want to give up his control over the black man or woman in this case. Because why would I empower you to go be successful, get a good job when I can have you rely on me? Do what I say and you'll live a good life. Vote the way I tell you and you'll live a good life. No, don't get married and have a family and have a beautiful, wonderful family and love them and provide for them and support them. Don't do that. Have 18 kids with 19 different people and fucking live on welfare because that's empowering. That's a beautiful, brave, strong woman. No, it's not. It's a woman who's still got shackles around her wrists. I'm sorry if that offends you, but it shouldn't. It should offend you that they're doing it. My words should not be the offensive part. Their actions should be. The gun control, racist. Welfare dependency is racist. Everything the left does is rooted in racism. I hate to use their terms because it really, most of the time I think they're stupid. But in these instances, gun control, the reliance on welfare, that is rooted in racism. That is rooted in keeping their thumbs on the black population to keep the black man down or the black woman down because they want control. They can't own black people anymore, so they're going to control every damn bit of their lives. If you can't see that, you need to look harder. You're not looking. Open your eyes, see the truth of the matter. Call me racist if you want. I don't care. I am telling you for a fact, gun control is rooted in racism. Welfare is rooted in racism, not from the Republican Party. The Republican Party has never been the party to take guns. The Republican Party has never been the party to give a handout. We've always empowered people. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, get going, get after it. You worked hard? Good. Your feet hurt? Good. You're sweaty, you need a shower, you smell like shit because you've been working all day? Good. That's empowerment right there. But the left has said, oh, you're such a precious little baby. Let me take your guns away so nobody can hurt you. I'm going to take a gun from you so you can't get hurt, little baby. Oh, you don't have a good husband? Because I made everything he does illegal? Oh, no, he's in jail? Oh, no, poor baby, I'll give you welfare. Oh, poor baby, you can't eat, I'll give you food stamps. Oh, you don't have a house? I'll buy you a house. I'll make it super cheap. Oh, and I'll give you the money to pay the fucking bills. As long as you call me Massa. Oh, no, wait. Call me a Democrat. That's all I got. See y'all next time.